Good day, welcome back. So today's video is going to be an off-topic video. It's going to be on one of the cars that I haven't done before, but this is just going to be a DIY video, do it yourself at home. Hopefully this helps somebody out. So we're going to be doing a alternator. It's going to be for 5.0, and then the 3.0 engines is the same part number, same alternator. We're going to be doing it on a Land Rover LR4. So today we're gonna show you step by step how to do it. So first things first, we're gonna disconnect the battery, and then also we're gonna take the engine covers under the vehicle covers off, and then after that I'll show you where the alternator is. So now that we got the covers off, so as you guys can see, it's right there, right underneath this frame rail or whatever you want to call it, frame, subframe. It's right there. So now next thing we're gonna do is take off the serpentine belt, the alternator belt, and yeah, I think they're both separate, so I might be able to just take that one off without taking the other off. So yeah, I'm gonna take the alternator belt off and then unplug the plugs. All right, also on the driver's side in front of a passenger side, excuse me, on the passenger side by the passenger wheel, there's gonna be a plastic cover here with like 5 clips, one here, here, and then back there. You take those clips off and then you take the plastic cover off. Now you can see you can have really easy access to the alternator. So yeah, just make sure you take the cover off as well to get better access. And then now we're gonna release the tension of the alternator, unplug the plug from the alternator, and then start taking it out. Pretty easy. So we're underneath the car, we're looking straight underneath the engine in the front of it. So the belt tensioner, to release the tension, let me see if I can get a better view. It's right there. My ratchet, or my 3/8 ratchet is on it right now. If you guys can see, I don't know, my camera's screen is small, so you may be able to see it on YouTube here, but yeah, it's on it right now. It's the one right above the AC compressor. The AC compressor is right there. It's right above it. You'll see it. You just put a 3/8 ratchet in it, and then you pull it towards the driver's side to release the tension, I believe. Let me see, let me double check that. Driver's side, no, I'm lying, towards the passenger side. So you pull the ratchet towards the passenger side to release the tension, and it releases the tension on the alternator there. For you guys, you see this, the positive cable of the battery that comes off to the alternator. You will need to get that off. It takes, it's a 13mm socket or a wrench, and just take it off. But you will need to pull a clip. There's a clip holding the wire itself into the engine block. You'll need to pull that clip out in order to take it off the alternator, to get access to the connector there. So now that we got this off, we're going to take that connector off. All right guys, so on the connector, you see the connector there, you see the white or grayish piece right there on the connector. So that gray piece needs to be popped up first. So you just grab anything, like a little anything, just, or grab it with your nail and just pop it up before you press on it to release the connector out of the alternator. Otherwise it will not release. Do not break it. So pull this up first and then press the connector, press on it, and then it will come out pretty easily. I just used let me see, one of these. I just grabbed it and just popped it up and then just pressed on it, it came out. So on the alternator, there's 2 bolts on the bottom here, and then one right there on the top on the side. So I'll just get a ratchet and a 13mm deep socket and take those out. So as you guys can see, we got it out. The old one, first you want to check, make sure everything lines up. It looks like we got the right one here. Everything is almost identical. Even identical meaning it's even the same company, Denso and Denso. So these are pretty much exact same as original. This one here, Range Rover used the Denso product on this one. So yeah, now we're gonna put it back in. Out with the old, in with the new. So now you would do everything in reverse motion. We put the alternator back, we put the clip the connector in. That's, let me see so you have a better view. Right there. Oh man, sorry. Right there. the connector above the positive cable. So you put the connector, clip the connector in, and then put the positive cable in, and then tighten that positive cable with a 13mm nut on there. Tighten it real good, and then and also tighten all these bolts before you do all that. And then once you tighten the bolts and the bolt up there, torque, I believe it's like 45 foot lbs of torque on these bolts, if I'm not mistaken. I'll double check that in a second. But yeah, tighten those and then put the belt on. As I told you before, release the tension and then slide the belt over there on the pulley from the alternator onto the alternator. Slide it on and just make sure the belt is on all the way on all the pulleys that the belt drives. Just make sure it's not, it's on nicely here, and then on another pulley it's it's on the outside of the pulley. It will eat it up pretty badly. So just make sure, go up, open the hood, check all those pulleys up there and down here, make sure everything is on, or the belt is on all the way on the pulleys. And yeah, it's pretty straightforward, pretty easy. I mean, if you've done like brakes and stuff and some minor repairs on the car, this is pretty straightforward. It's just time consuming a little bit. All right, so I double checked on the torque. So the torque spec for the alternator bolts that hold the alternator in place is 35. If you tighten it to 40, 45, it's just not gonna hurt it, but the spec is 35 foot lbs. And then on the positive cable that goes onto the alternator there, up there is 13 foot lbs, but that one you don't need to, just not that important. Just make sure it's tight and it's gonna be good. Just cover it up. So yeah, so we got all that together. Underneath as well, all the covers are on, all the bolts are tight. So yeah, now we're gonna go and do the battery reset and alternator reset in the ECU. All right, so to reset the battery, go through the battery reset. When you replace the battery, you have to go into the gateway module, go OK. Once you do that, functional test, special functions, and then the battery replacement. So you just click on that and it will give you instructions how to reset the battery. I'm gonna look and check and see if there's any charging system alternator replacement type of deal. If there is not, then this is the only thing that we have to do. So that's gonna be it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching, and as usual, see you next time.